guys, Red the Nerd here, and if you're wondering where the hell have I been for the past like 4 weeks, funny story, not really funny story, but the reason why I was gone for so long is that I was actually in the hospital because my right lung had collapsed. Isn't that fun? So I don't want to go too in depth of the entire Riley the Nerd lore here. But long story short, I found out that my right lung had collapsed, and so I had to do surgery, and I couldn't be out of the hospital out of surgery. So it's a long story, but I'm back, and the reason why it took me so long to get back here was because I was actually in the hospital for 2 weeks. And then the other 2 weeks, I was actually taking a break because I didn't want to push myself coming out of the hospital and out of surgery and all that stuff, and then just going right back to the YouTube stuff. I wanted to take a small break and, kind of ease myself back into it a bit, and just take a small break. But I'm back now, but I will let you guys know that regular upload schedule, like uploading videos 2 to 3 days, are probably not going to happen. Because I'm not fully 100%. I'm more like 98% back to full recovery of what I'm feeling right now. So it's probably going to be more like 4 days of uploads and all that stuff. So enough rambling about all the depressing hospital stuff. Let's get into why you clicked on this video for. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Batman Arkham Knight Scarecrow Funko Pop. And this was the Funko Pop that I actually bought when I found out that I had my lung collapsed. So I was actually planning on doing a review, and then all the hospital stuff happened, and I was, in a completely different city for 2 weeks. So I couldn't actually do anything because I wasn't actually in my hometown at that point. So this is from Scarecrow from Batman Arkham Knight, and the Arkham series is one of my favorite game series of all time. I'm a really big fan of Batman Arkham Asylum in particular, but Batman Arkham Knight is still a really good game, and Scarecrow is one of my favorite parts of that game. And when I saw this guy at my local comic book store, I immediately had to pick him up, and he's been sitting on the shelf for quite some time, and just now I decided to pick him up. So it's the classic box. This is an old figure when the game came out. I believe the game came out around like 2015, around that era. So it kind of has like the classic Funko Pop stance. So it's not technically to the modern Funko stance. On the back here, you can see Batman, Harley Quinn, and Arkham Knight. Those are the characters that you can collect on the back here. But that's pretty much it for the box. Now let's get on to the actual figure. God, it feels great to be back and slamming boxes on the ground, let me tell you. Anyway, here is Scarecrow, and this is definitely one of my favorite Scarecrow designs in Batman media. But my all-time favorite Scarecrow design is definitely from Batman Arkham Asylum, and I wish that we had a Funko Pop of that design, but because it was just a really unique design. But this is still definitely one of my favorite Scarecrow designs, probably like third or second on the Scarecrow tier list character design. Maybe that's a video for another day. But taking a look at the figure here, despite being an older figure, the amount of detail on this guy is actually really well done. You even got like the fear toxin, canisters all over him, like it's like a suicide vest or a bomb vest or something like that. And you can even see the tiny fear canisters on his shoulder there. And you can even see the noose there. You can see his belt. And then you can also see the brace on his left leg where at the end of Arkham, we presumably Killer Croc, maimed him and everything. So it broke his leg and and he just tore his face off and everything like that. So good on you, Killer Croc, for, killing, not really killing, but just maiming my boy here. Then on the back here, you can also see some more tubings and everything like that. And then you can also see his kind of weird hand here. I don't know why his hand is in that kind of weird position there, but it's pretty cool, I guess. And then you can see his classic, one of the best character design features that a character could have is the kind of Freddy Krueger style claw there on his hand there where he injects his fear toxins. The amount of detail on there is actually really nice. I wish it was a little bit bigger and a little bit more pronounced, like if he was like trying to like stab somebody with it instead of just being on the side there, because you know it's just kind of like just sitting there, and I wish that he was kind of like stabbing it at somebody if that was like a pose. And then you can also see the big kind of gas mask nozzles here, very very nicely. I feel like it's a little bit too big. I wish they could have dialed it down a little bit. But other than that, this is what we have. And I wish it was a little bit more dry brushing on here to make it more like weathery. And then you can also see his teeth there with like the sewing. We actually don't know if this is actually his face or if it's just a mask. Some people say that he actually showed his mouth shut to make him more, make himself more terrifying, which that's a terrifying thought. So maybe that actually is true, but you can see his like teeth and everything like that, and you can see his not nose because of what Killer Croc did to him in Arkham Asylum. And then coming to the hood here, you can also see like the sewing going around there, and you can also see like the wrinkles, which are really really well done as well. And very very clean overall for an old figure. Even though that he's been on the shelf for a long time, so obviously he hasn't been touched in like God knows how long. But other than that, this is a really, detailed figure for the age of the figure. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for him. He's just a classic, Scarecrow Funko Pop. And I'm glad that I have him in my collection, and I'm glad that I picked him up when I did, because God knows that if I was in the hospital and I didn't pick this guy up, I probably would have been in the hospital for, some other reasons. I don't know. I'm just going to stop rambling. So I know this is kind of a short video, but I didn't want to push myself to make a big, huge video like a tier list or anything like that. I kind of just want to put my, I just want to do a simple review for you guys, and try to get myself back into the YouTube, the video making sphere right now. So this is what you're gonna have to deal with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do, but you guys know what time it is. So bye, guys.